Well, good morning, my fellow fishers. Welcome to the channel. I'm David. This is Fishing Southern Maryland, but right now I'm not in Southern Maryland. I'm actually on the southern part of the eastern shore of Maryland, down at what is called Public Landing. Growing up, I had a friend who lived in Snow Hill, and his family would come down to Public Landing and crab and do all kinds of stuff like that and have a good time during the summers. Well, it's the middle of October. It's a wonderful day. I'm gonna head out here, see if I can catch some fish. Let's see how I can do. I wish I had a cast net so I could cast it right there and get some bait to take with me. As I paddle out from the launch, I just thought I'd let you know that we're coming into high tide. In fact, according to the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and their tide finder, high tide should be in about 5 minutes. So give or take, high tide will be happening once I start making casts. That's okay. Gonna stay here for a couple hours, hopefully, and catch some fish. Got a wonderful area. The launch behind me, public launch. Coming past this area, and it empties out into Chincoteague Bay. Looking forward to fishing here. Never been here before for any reason, so I'm hoping to find some fish. Maybe I'll find some flounder, some speckled trout. I don't know. Let's find out. I love this place right here. You're up above the water about 12 inches, solar panels, boat launch, boat lift, little area that you can come out and just sit out and enjoy. What a fantastic little piece of investment. Let me fish over there by the boat launch. But man, what a neat thing. Even got a little DirecTV satellite. What a neat thing. Wonder if you could rent it. Got the anchor because we do have a little bit of wind. There's a fish. I think that is a little speckled trout. There we go. Yeah, speckled trout. One of the bigger ones I've caught this year. Well, I guess we can count them. I don't know. Some people would say no. That's a small one in the wind. What have we got? That's another speckled trout. That's a little guy though. Little speck. We're going to take a picture of you even though you're not terribly big, buddy. There we go. Get that jig out of your mouth. Put you right back in the water. Okay, so today is only day one that I'm staying down here. Got a place in Ocean City. I'm trying to do some fishing in the general area, but I think I'm going to be coming back here tomorrow morning. I'm hoping that the winds die down over the evening, and tomorrow morning I can get out here, maybe it's sunrise or somewhere around there, and be able to really see what I can do in this area. So I'll be back. You just wait a few seconds, but I'll be back. All right, everyone. So I'm back on the water, same location, little later than I wanted to. I wanted to get down here around 7:30 or so, and it's currently about 8:20. Little cooler, got his hoodie on, long pants, but man, it's a world of difference. Wait till you see the actual cove itself. My father used to use an expression, maybe you've heard it, I don't know, that said, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Basically what he was saying is, just because the circumstances weren't working out right then, doesn't mean you just nix or completely get rid of the whole idea. When we come out from here today, yesterday, with all of the wind that we had, being physically tired of when I was paddling back to the launch, getting back to my hotel and seeing that the winds were upwards of 20 miles per hour, I was like, there's no way it's gonna end for tomorrow morning. But when I look out there, there's a few ripples, but man, it's looking nice. Hopefully we can find some fish today. Got an area of grass that I'm kind of fishing. 1/8 ounce jig. Oh, that may have been a bite. Bring it back through there. There we go, we just stuck one. What have we got? We got another speckled trout for the morning. A little guy. But there we go. Caught pretty much in that same area as yesterday. Little pretty speckled trout. White grub. We got some waves coming in from a boat that went by. Another speck. And another speckled trout. Some a little better than yesterday because I caught one and lost one yesterday. Now I've caught two. Pretty fish, but not a keeper. Gotta be 14 inches to keep. Yep, he's only 8 or 9 probably. While I was here yesterday, I did put a bait on the bottom just because of all of the waves and the wind and that kind of stuff, just to see if I could catch anything, and I got some bites. But as I reeled my line in, I was picking up all kinds of grass. So I know that this area is a nice little grass flat. So I'm swimming my bait kind of over top of it, letting it fall every once in a while, hoping to pick up fish. If you can find the grass, you can usually find the fish. Another little trout. Another little speckled trout. Where's your brothers? Your older brothers? Where are they? Mom or dad, where are they? Glad I got that net so I can get some of the fish slime off my hands. Something chasing bait over there, I think. Or at least there's bait fish over there. So you would think that there's predators over there as well. That was a bite. And another one. They're all about the same size. And this one's a little smaller, but they're close to that size. They're like in the grub. I got chopped off a couple casts ago. but that thing's still gonna be moving in the current as I bring it in. So I'm gonna keep casting it until it gets completely bit off or starts falling off. Cast it out, let it fall, jig it up every once in a while. And they're taking it in. Yep, they like that bait. Finding the trout. Finding the speckled trout. The water's pretty clear too. Little white grub. A little better one maybe? No, he came jumping out of the water. Not keeper size. Aggressive though. Aggressive little stinkers. That was nice. I'd say we found them. The small ones, at least, we found. Because I believe that's number 7 for today already. Put a little bigger profile bait on and got a little better trout here. He's not 14 inches, but at least he's a little bit better. He completely engulfed that shad bait, but we can get it out of there. Oh, that was a bite. They seem to like the white. Oh, something just broke me off. That one just broke me off. Oh. Okay, so that fish broke me off, and so it's maybe a nice sized fish out here. Maybe the leader material is starting to get a little worn. I don't know. So of course now I'm going to start checking each fish I catch to see if it's still got my bait in its mouth. It eventually will fall out. It'll shake its mouth enough that it'll fall out just like it would as if I were to be reeling it in. So I'm not worried about that, but it would be nice to have that jig back. Number 8. We'll get that out of your mouth, buddy. Like I said, number 8. That's gonna be another small trout. But it's my 9th one of the day. Okay, right here near the launch. Or at least from the outlet of the launch. Trout number 9. Yep, trout number 9. There's another. Look at him shake his head. Number 10. Really king on those white baits. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how productive this morning has been. Again, got on the water a little later, but it was perfectly calm and couldn't complain about that one bit. Somewhere around 8 or 9 different speckled trout. One little spot that I put down on the bottom to see if I could catch something with it. Nothing panned out with it, but that's okay. I'm staying here in the area for at least one more night, so I might do the same thing that I did this morning. I might come down here tomorrow morning, give it one more try, and see how it goes. Okay everyone, so it is day 3 here in the area. I'm gonna get on the water. You can tell by the beanie, it's a little cooler. In fact, the air temperature as I drove in said that it was about 41 degrees. Hopefully we can catch some fish. Don't know how long we're gonna be on the water if it stays this cool, but hopefully we can find some fish. There's a few ripples out here as I begin to paddle out. But that's okay, the wind is not terribly bad. A little on the cool side, but again, it's not bad. I'm gonna kind of fish the same kind of area that I did, see if those trout are still there, maybe pick up a bigger one. I don't know, like I said, maybe an hour, hour and a half, just to see if what I've found here is the same each day. Most of the fish I've caught on this trip have been on a pearl white type of color. Either this shad style bait on a 1/8 ounce hook, little thin wire hook, or a little grub that's been white in color. They've really been keying in on this white. Hopefully they're still doing so. Okay, there's a real one. There's a real one, another trout. Yep, got him in the bottom lip. Shining in the sun, pretty fish. There we go. And another. I'd say they're here in this area. Yep. They're definitely in this area. What a wonderful way to start the day. Sun rising. On the water, catching fish. A little one, but little ones we like too. They like that shad style bait. I'm telling you, they like that pearl. They are tearing it up. Okay, gotta talk about this fish. Gotta talk about this one. Didn't have the camera on. We're gonna talk about it. He's almost a keeper, I think. Get over here, you stinking thing. Almost a keeper. Gotta be 14 inches and he's 13. Okay, so we're going to talk about that last fish. Again, didn't have the camera rolling because I'm trying to conserve some battery because it's getting pretty low. Forgot to charge it last night. Shame on me. That last fish though, I've seen videos of people making their nice long cast, doing what they need to do to try to attract the fish, pop, reel, get about halfway and say to themselves, oh, there's nothing here, and then just burning the bait back to them. Don't do that. When you have that bait out there, continue that cast the entire way back to wherever you are, whether you're on land or if you're on a kayak or a boat, continue that cast back. There could be a fish following it, and if you yank it or you start pulling it in too fast, it's not going to be able to catch up. So learn from that. Continue your retrieve all the way back to where you are. There's fish number 6 for the day. Again, right here near the launch. Little small trout. Okay, so we're gonna bring this video to a close. Again, came down here just because I wanted to be able to get away from the regular watershed fishing, you know, the Patuxent River, Chesapeake Bay, in that area. So I came down here, spent some time on Ocean City. The fishing on Ocean City, not as good as I would like it to have been, but it's okay. I decided the first morning that I would take a drive down into Worcester County. I originally was going to go to Shad Landing and do a little freshwater fishing because all of the wind. But then I remembered that, again, a good friend of mine used to come here to Public Landing with his family. And they used to do all kinds of stuff. So I decided to come here. And that audible made it a fantastic trip. I think I caught somewhere around 17 trout in the 3 days. Yeah, they were all undersized, but you know what? They were tugging on the other end of the line, and it was fun. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I realize it was a lot of the same type of fish each time, but you know what? If you're catching one species, at least you're catching fish. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, tight lines. The launch here at Public Landing is fantastic. Look how wide it is. You could almost fit 2 boats in here. It is fantastic. Just to show a few things about the area where I am here at Public Landing. Number one, there's a little public beach right here behind me. The sign says it's open from sunrise to sunset. It recommends wearing water shoes because I'm sure people are fishing and probably occasionally losing hooks and sinkers and that kind of stuff. The harbor, the inlet that I actually paddled down, actually has numbered slips, and this parking lot is for those people. But there's other parking here so people could actually use the area. Let me show you a couple other things. There's a large parking area right down at the end of Public Landing Road. At the end of the parking lot, there are the recycling bins, probably for the community recycling. There is a wonderful pier and boardwalk that I'm actually going to get on real quick and just show you as well. Goes down probably about 100 yards that way. Stops right there. Those are private piers down that way. Little picnic areas. Fantastic. This pier at the end is probably about, I'd say it's about another 100 yards sticking out into the Chincoteague Bay. It really is a neat area. I can see why people would come down here. Again, my friend who used to live not far from here, I think they came down with their families on the weekends to be able to try to do different things. Crab, fish, maybe just swim. It really is a gorgeous area. I'm gonna walk all the way down to the end of this pier and see what it looks like down there. As we come through, trash cans in the corners, benches, little picnic table right here in the center. Someone has put a piece of granite down so that you could clean your fish right here. You walk out to this side of it. There's no railing, so you gotta be careful. But I could see people coming out here just sitting down on the edge, casting a line out, seeing what they can catch. In fact, you know me, I'm gonna make a couple casts here, see if I get something. This is really a beautiful place. Great place to visit. Great place to come down, maybe catch a fish, a few crabs or something like that. Honestly speaking, if I lived here, I'd be down here every day.